What's up, everybody?
What's up, y'all?
Man, so glad that you're here. Tug of More team.
That's right. I'm Whitney.
I'm Truston.
Yep. We're two friends. We talk about the tug of more. Some days the more is so much that we forgot what we were going to say.
Dude, can I tell you a funny thing?
Yeah.
This Sunday, some people came and visited Living Church all the way from Pennsylvania.
That's true.
They've been watching Tug of More, loving it,
Shout out.
engaged, sent it around to friends.
That's right.
What's up, Pennsylvania?
What's
We've
up?
got pockets in Pennsylvania, pockets in Ohio, pockets in Michigan.
It was super fun to meet her, though, because she was so kind, and you could tell instantly talking to her, she was on the tug team.
Yep.
That, like, in her life, she had made some hard decisions. She had shifted some things because her and her husband felt like God said there's more, and they stepped into it.
Yeah, and so if you are engaged with what we're doing here, man, we're super glad that you're a part.
Right.
And the best thing that you can do to help us is spread the love.
That's right.
Share, tag, follow, comment, all the things wherever you watch, just so that we can have more people engaging with what we're doing here.
No, we got to send her a t-shirt because I didn't have one with me on Sunday or I would have given them to her. So,
yeah, and so if you watch and you're ever in Texas,
come see us.
Come hang out with Living Church. You can check us out online.
Yeah,
and,
super fun.
Come visit on a Sunday.
So today we're going to talk about something that we talk about kind of a lot.
Okay.
We've been talking about it. We've talked about it a lot today in some of the work that we've been doing. And so we're like, what a good conversation topic to talk about on the Tug of More, because you have to do this in order to get to more.
Sometimes you just have to do hard junk.
Sometimes all the time.
If you feel the tug of more, if you feel like you want to step into a next level of leadership, of organization, of whatever, you have to do something hard. Change is difficult.
Yeah, it's not easy to go from where you are to where you want to be. There's a tension, there's a fight. Fighting is hard.
Yep.
Dealing with tension is hard. Drama, change, conflict.
Yeah.
None of that's easy.
But a lot of times what we do is we get stifled from growth because we want to just stay comfortable. We've talked about that before.
Yeah.
But that we have to do the hard thing.
Right.
We have to say, like, today, I'm going to call the person I don't want to call.
Right.
Today, I'm going to work on the spreadsheet or the budget or the database.
Yep.
I'm going to do the part that I do not want to do.
Yeah, there's always, no matter who you are, no matter where you are on your journey, in your job, in your life, in your vocation, wherever you are, there's always something to do that you might not really want to do. That's not fun and comfortable. That's a little bit hard. And I think we find sometimes that a lot of us, we will stick with the part we like, and we do that a lot, and we just put off the hard thing because it's hard. But what is it? Don't put off till tomorrow what can be done today.
Yep.
And I think a couple weeks ago we talked about it. We weren't really sure of the line, but it was like we overestimate what we can do in a year, but we underestimate what can get done in 5 years.
Yeah.
And it's really those hard things, I think, that keep us from achieving all that we want to achieve.
What you just said is really good. We want to do what we like to do, but we don't want to do what we don't want to do.
Right.
So let's make up something that's not a church.
Not a church. Something we've talked about a bunch.
Okay.
A Rice Krispie.
Well, no, I can't give my idea away.
What?
This is my idea.
Okay, fine. Let's just call it a
let's
candy store.
Oh, no, let's do a cupcake store.
A cupcake store.
God, Whitney's about to throw my pearls among the swine on the internet.
We have a lot of things going. I'm not sure when we're going to get to it.
Someday.
One day, we'll have a shop, but we won't tell them until now. This one, cupcakes. Regular chocolate and vanilla cupcakes, like everybody else.
So, you own a cupcake shop.
Yep.
Do you know what you probably love to do?
Make cupcakes.
Bake.
Yeah. Eat icing.
Oh, man. You probably love to bake. You probably love to, do the little swirl and the little stuff in the little bag and squeeze on the little thing. You probably love doing...
crafts and design, because people be like to make like all the things on it, right?
Now,
I don't know.
Now, to have a successful
I buy cupcakes. I don't make cupcakes.
To have a successful cupcake company,
yes.
Are there other things that you have to do other than make cupcakes?
Yeah, at least half of it.
Okay, let's talk about some. You have to find a place to have your kitchen.
Yep.
So you have to deal with a lease.
Right.
You have to deal with rent.
Yep.
You have to figure out the insurance.
Right, I was going to say, if you want to get it sold like you actually want to sell the cupcakes, you got to know what the rules are for the type of kitchen you have to have.
Yeah, you got to get Drug and Food Administration.
Yes.
FDA up in their mug.
I got insecure if FDA was right. It is right?
Yep,
Yeah,
I think so.
I think.
I'm a pastor. I don't know nothing about no cupcakes.
No idea either. But you got to get the right equipment. Like, it has to be commercial grade equipment.
You know what else you got to do? You got to advertise.
Yeah.
Because guess what? The best tasting cupcakes are no good in your kitchen. They got to get into someone's mouth.
And
so you got to advertise.
You got to figure out how much it's going to cost.
You got to handle the budget.
How much it's going to cost to make it, then how much it's going to cost to sell it. What are your profit margins going to be? Then how can you afford the lease? Are you going to get some employees?
All the time.
What's your employee manual?
All the time.
My brain is now only making lists.
We're now starting the more cupcakes.
Yes.
So what I see all the time
Yeah.
is I see people in whatever their business is, and they say, we make the best cupcakes. And I'm like, cool, but you suck at advertising.
Yeah.
Cool. You're great at making cupcakes,
Yep.
but you aren't legit and have no insurance. You're not paying your taxes.
You're great at making cupcakes, but you're super rude to the people who want to buy them.
You are a jerk. You have no customer service.
Yeah.
Okay. What now? The cupcake manufacturer owner person, what they're going to want to do is make cupcakes.
Right.
But what they need to do is the hard thing.
Yep.
And so in your organization, in whatever you're doing with your life, it's really easy to spend all of our time baking cupcakes.
Yeah.
Instead of like, let's stop baking cupcakes and making all the 39 new flavors and frostings and Oreos and chocolate chips. Stop just for like a day.
Yeah.
And just do some chocolate and vanilla.
Right.
And figure out your staff. Figure out your employee manual.
Right.
Do the hard thing. Fire the employee who keeps eating your cupcakes after hours.
True.
Fire them.
Yes. Man, that's really good. But we don't do it because we like to do this thing. And then you said it. We get comfortable where we are. We've talked about it before. We can't get to more if we stay comfortable. But how do some personalities like to tackle the hard things? So like you and I, if we build a to-do list, depending on the day we are in and the time frame we have, we'll either start with the biggest thing or the smallest thing, dependent. Some people's personality never wants to pick that hard thing. So how do they get started if they want to do hard? If they know they want to do hard, what do they do?
Well, you got to build a list of the things that need to be done.
Right.
And then listen, if there were 10 guys that ran in this room and they were about to beat me up, I'm going to fight the biggest one first.
Yeah.
Why? I got the most energy.
Right.
I don't have a black eye or bloody nose.
Right.
So I'm going to fight the biggest one.
Yep.
And I think that what we do is we just keep on baking cupcakes. We just are like, I'll do that tomorrow. Tomorrow never comes.
Right.
My mom, growing up, she had this magnet on the refrigerator. And it was like a stuffed animal magnet of a large woman.
Oh, okay. I had no idea where you're going or what else.
Of a overly voluptuous woman in a magnet. And she was wearing like a one-piece bikini.
Brenda.
And it said on her shirt, the diet starts tomorrow.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And it's this joke.
Yeah.
Oh, and she had like a piece of cake or something in her little stuffed animal, little lady hand. And it's this idea that like, I'll do the hard thing tomorrow. But guess what? Tomorrow never shows up.
Right.
Because tomorrow
is
now then today.
Right.
And there's another tomorrow. And so we just push off the biggest thing. Yeah. No, man. What's the biggest, like if your website is trash and it's been trash for 5 years. Fix that.
No.
Fix that.
It's super good. So you and I, we struggle with tomorrow because we try to get it all done today.
Yeah.
But there are times when the hard thing, if we would do it today, then really our list would not keep going into tomorrow. Sometimes we're just spinning our wheels, feeling overwhelmed and like, I never can catch up. But it's because there's this one little hard thing that we don't want to do. And it doesn't necessarily mean it's the most time consuming thing. It doesn't always mean it's the most like emotional thing. Sometimes it's just the thing we hate to do. I'm better now, but I used to hate to make phone calls. I had a job for a long time where literally I made phone calls all the time. And then I just would get nervous if anyone was around. And if you and I were in a meeting, I'd be like, oh, okay, I'll make that call later.
Yeah.
But you always would just make the call right then. Get it done, get it handled. And so now I've learned, Why am I making a mountain out? What is it? A mountain out of a molehill?
Yeah, I've seen a mole. I guess they make little hills.
Little hills in your backyard or
bigger
something.
than an ant.
But I would make this little phone call that I needed to make. Like, I would wait until later in the day because why? I was insecure that you would judge my other end of the phone conversation. I have no idea why. And it was such a silly thing, but it would hinder me from accomplishing as much as I could in the day. And now I've been like, just tackle. That's not a big deal. Now we just make the calls.
But those things that we refuse to do are the things that are holding us back from the next level.
Have you ever heard somebody say, well, I don't do that?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
Yeah. It's not that they don't do that. You're choosing not to do that.
Yeah, you're choosing not to do that. That makes you feel uncomfortable.
Right.
Well, life is uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I would be way more uncomfortable if I were a homeless man.
That's true.
But I choose to do difficult things so I can have a job and not be a homeless man.
No, it's true.
And so like you have to, it's better to choose discomfort than have discomfort thrust upon you.
Yeah, right. Because one way or another, life's going to be difficult. There's going to be hard things to overcome. And so, yeah, I'd rather choose my hard.
So make the list of the hard thing and then start doing it.
Yeah.
I think where it gets real difficult for people is that it's ambiguous or like it's sometimes it's not as easy as a to-do list.
Right.
Yeah, it's not as a check.
Right.
It's like fix the culture.
Yeah.
Or like deal with a difficult employee or in our case, a difficult volunteer or a communication with a coworker or something. It's like, it's a journey.
Right.
Like fixing the website, right, is a task. And like, the beginning and the end, but sometimes when it's relational.
Yeah. You and I say all the time
out.
that like at the end of days, we'll be like, did we even do anything today? But really it's on those days when we say that we really did the most hard things.
It's just, there was no box to check.
There was no like completion. It was like in process.
Yeah.
And those hard processes are really the thing that get us to more, but they can feel very like, unsatisfying.
Yeah.
And so I think we've learned a balance of like, we have to have hard and fun. It can't all be hard. You can't spend every day doing hard. We've done that before and that's miserable.
No, celebrate, man.
Yeah. We have to have a balance of it, but
he has risen.
Yeah. I'm like, you said the cupcake thing and I'm actually remembering, and now I can't remember what movie it is. There's like a lady who loves to bake cakes and she has this, I can't remember, big important job, but then she goes home at the end of the day and makes cupcake because it makes her happy. So maybe
Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
No, I never watched those.
You didn't?
No.
It seems like a movie you would have watched for sure.
I don't remember. I don't remember what the
My
movie
Big Greek Wedding.
Something like that, probably. But
seems like another movie you would have watched.
Maybe.
The Mailbox.
You've Got Mail?
Oh yeah, You've Got Mail. The Notebook.
The Mailbox and The Notebook.
So mad. We just had everybody dress up on Sunday at Living
For
Church.
Halloween.
And so I dressed up like Rocky.
Yeah.
Every man in America over 25 should know what Rocky looks like. I had people ask me if I was a garbage man.
Yeah.
I was so mad.
Happens.
I almost said, go find another church.
That's a great response.
But the grace of the Lord was in me. Sorry, I just totally derailed what
I don't remember what we were talking
Sisterhood of
about.
the Traveling Pants.
Yeah, whatever the stupid movie was. The point was, it brought her joy to make cupcakes. So in your job, you're going to have things, or in your
life,
in your
career,
tug for more, whatever it is. We have to find the good thing or the reward. We've learned the reward can't always be queso. We've talked about that on another episodes.
Ooh, what the hell?
We did that before. Yeah, what the hell? But
even though I did eat queso yesterday.
We were
but I sell for lunch. Sell for lunch.
Yeah, we did. We did have salad for lunch. But we have to still find some fun things in the middle of the hard. Some seasons are hard.
Yeah.
And if we only keep our nose down, that can be tough. And so some of our tug team, I know them, they work hard. They're very, they're not afraid of hard things. So we have to have a balance.
Yes.
But the majority of people run from hard things.
Yeah. And so a great question to ask is, what have you been avoiding?
Yeah. Right.
What have you been avoiding?
No, this is a great question on both sides of the coin.
Yeah. Because if you're avoiding it, there's a reason.
Yeah.
But it's also in your brain because you know you need to do it. Mm-hmm. We've got a couple of business, not a couple, we've got a lot of business owners in Living Church. And I was talking to a guy, this was a couple months ago, about how he needed to start some advertising.
Yeah.
And I gave him a couple ideas because I want our people to be successful.
Yeah, right.
So I gave him a couple ideas and he was nervous about all of it because it's like putting your name out there and like, and so we just avoided, and then closed.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, you had great cupcakes.
Right.
There were just some other pieces.
Yeah. No, you got to do it. No, it's really important. And I think let's talk about the difficulties of different hard things.
Okay.
So some things are hard because if you make cupcakes, you might not have ever done a lease before. You might not have ever had to learn all the FDA requirements before.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's because
not FDA. Oh yeah, FDA.
No, it is Food and Drug Administration.
Oh yeah, I thought that was what's the airport one?
FAA.
Oh yeah, same thing. FAA.
It's just one letter difference.
Yeah.
So wait, what were we saying? Oh yeah. So you might have never done that before.
Yeah.
And so sometimes we avoid the hard because we're intimidated.
We don't know
we've
how.
never done it. I don't know how. There's so many things we've done that we don't know how.
Yeah, we did a whole podcast on it called something.
Yeah. What was it called?
It was called
I don't know. That's what it was called.
We did a literal podcast called I Don't Know.
We're
and
posted out
gave all the list of things that we don't know how to do. So you don't know how.
So you don't know how. So go listen to that one and just do it. Sometimes because it's not necessarily a process, but it's a person.
Yeah.
The relational piece is like, come on.
Huge.
That's terrifying to deal with the hard thing person to person.
Yeah.
Conflict is hard. Have we talked about conflict at all?
What use the process to people thing is great because some of us are process people and so we're great at doing process stuff.
Yeah.
But some of us are not people.
Right.
And
so we avoid the people stuff.
Yeah.
And so we have to like look at like what you said, what are we avoiding? But then identify why I'm avoiding it. Am I avoiding it because I don't really know how and I'm kind of insecure about it, or I don't trust my own instinct, or is it I have to deal with people and I love people, or I don't love people, one or the other. And I have to, I think sometimes identifying not just what am I avoiding, but why then helps us go, man, oh yeah, I can step into more. We talk about it being emotionally elite all the time. There's constantly questions in us that we have to go, why am I responding that way? And in doing hard things, we have to do it.
Yeah.
Go.
Then there's the hard work in us.
Oh yeah, that's
like,
real.
Maybe the reason that the person is afraid to advertise their cupcake company is because they're super insecure to like have their name and they don't want to be arrogant or they don't want to like promote something.
Yeah.
And so I think that there's a lot of internal insecurities that like we don't want to charge the hill because what if we get there, we fail?
Yeah.
We don't want to charge the hill because what if everybody thinks that I'm prideful because look at what I'm saying I can do.
Oh, yeah. And
so, man, sometimes people are really good at working and doing the tasks and having a tug towards more. But like, I hate to admit it, but the thing that's going to limit the growth of Living Church is me.
Right. No, yeah, we've talked about it.
It's my like emotional health. It's my bandwidth.
Yeah.
And the hardest thing to work on is not cupcakes. It's me.
Yeah.
The hardest thing for me to work on is not my sermon. It's me.
Right.
It's like taking some time to look in the mirror and say, why am I being crazy?
Right.
Why?
No.
What is wrong with me?
What is
There's
happening?
definitely some stuff wrong. What is it?
Yeah.
Why does my wife say this and my staff say this and the people in the church say this? And they all kind of align. What in me do I need to work on? And we need to do hard things.
No, and we can do hard things. We just like to avoid them. And you're right. I think starting internally first is the step to get us to do the other hard things. Because as you and I both have talked about our emotional health journeys of like, as I've learned to help myself grow more, and as I've been willing to dig out some hard stuff in me, it's helped me as just a leader naturally be more willing and able to handle the things that are right in front of me.
Yeah.
And we get overwhelmed easily sometimes because of all the internal dialogue that's happening.
Yeah.
We don't want to admit it that it's happening, but
100.
It is. And so, no, I think it's really good. You and I just see it so often that people that we know have all the giftings or all the abilities, but they get stuck on these little things that are hard, but it's not as hard as you think it is.
Listen, you can be the best cupcake maker. You can be the greatest singer.
Right.
You can be the greatest video editor.
Yeah.
You can be the greatest preacher.
Yeah.
But like, if we don't deal with those internal things, if we don't do the hardest work of what's going on inside of us and our feelings and our emotions, we're only going to hit a certain level.
Right.
We're going to hit a certain level and we're not going to be able to get past what's happening.
Right.
And so we've got to build the list. Then we've got to identify what we're hiding from, what we're avoiding.
What we're avoiding, why we're avoiding it. And then what? I think the next is just start making a plan to deal with it.
Right. Like, do it.
Just do it. Like, you have to identify that it's supposed to be hard. It's going to be hard. Like, I don't want to do easy. More is not easy. We've already established that.
Yeah.
But like, okay, I want to do it. Well, then I better make a plan to get it done.
Yeah. How difficult is Michael Phelps's life before he won the gold?
Oh, so strenuous, so disciplined.
How focused is Elon Musk's life?
Oh, I'm sure.
How many hours does Joe Rogan work on his podcast? How many hours is Kevin Hart on an airplane flying around the country?
Right.
How much time does TD Jakes spend writing content? I'm just saying, like, we really look at these people that are living in more, and then we want to just watch we will just want to rewatch The Office again.
Right. We judge.
I'm going to rewatch The Office again.
Right. Someone else's content that they've created.
I'm just saying, I'm not dogging it. Go do it.
Right.
Are we serious about more? Are we serious about more?
Yeah.
Because if we're serious about more, we have to start doing the hard thing.
Yeah.
We have to put down the easy pacifiers and start doing the hard things.
No, it's really good. I think that there are some baby steps that we've taken that have then allowed us to step into bigger hard things. You know, we talk about Bible stories because that's our context. And like we've talked about King David is a guy in the Bible. And before he was king, he killed a lion. He killed a bear with his bare hands. And then he went and killed a giant named Goliath. But he killed those little things first.
Goliath.
And though you look at a lion and a bear and you're like, that's terrifying. Goliath was way more terrifying. And so like in our life, if we want to get to more, we have to start dealing with the little hard around us. One check at a time. Go what?
I bet he killed some squirrels too.
Absolutely.
I bet
probably a spider.
I bet he was just out there.
Right.
Bored watching sheep. And he's just like hitting a tree.
Yeah.
And he's just like hitting a squirrel and eating it for dinner and killing a rabbit.
Right.
And then...
Yeah, for food, not for maliciousness.
And then killed a fox.
Right.
And so I'm saying like...
No, you have to start somewhere.
If you're unable to do target practice on a tree, you're never going to kill the giant.
No.
And so I was talking with a pastor just recently. And he said, I just don't know why our church hasn't grown.
Right.
I see what's happening at Living Church. And he said, I feel like I'm a great preacher.
Right.
I'm a great preacher. But I've been here and I've been faithful and I just haven't grown.
Right.
And I'm sitting there in my mind and I'm like, it's not about the preaching, man.
No.
It is.
No, right.
But like,
that's a tiny piece. If the cupcakes aren't good, then we're not going to buy them.
There's a cupcake place in Dallas that their cupcakes are trash.
Sprinkles is what you think is trash.
Now, maybe you like it. Sprinkles, if you disagree, mail me some for free and I'll give you a test.
They're just drier than what you would prefer.
I'm like, this is a nationally known.
Yes.
Does Starbucks have the greatest coffee in America?
No. It's
I'm not
actually
a coffee guy.
Not the great, no.
Okay, but why are they so famous? Why are they everywhere?
I actually just listened to a podcast because they're geniuses when it comes to doing hard things.
What if your success is not only about what you think it's about?
Right.
It's about doing these other hard things.
Yeah, it is. No, it is. And like, the more we'll do hard things, what's great about God is that he'll entrust us to do some more hard things.
Yeah.
And it's all exponential. It builds on itself. And so, you know, what's funny is some things that were hard for us 5 years ago are easy for us today.
That's true. Our weaknesses have become strengths.
Yeah.
Or at least
manageable.
Yeah.
I'm not losing
heavy.
sleep over.
Yeah.
But what's true is that if I hadn't learned how to tackle those hard things, the weight I'm now carrying today, well, one, I never would have got there. Mm-hmm. But two, I would be crushed by the exponential weight if I hadn't learned how to carry it. Go. What?
Okay. Recap.
Okay.
Build the list.
Yep.
What are you running from?
Right.
Just jump on it and do it. But maybe you build the list and you still don't know. Sometimes what we have to do is ask somebody what we should do. Because sometimes we don't know our blind spot is even a blind spot.
No, it's really good.
Sometimes we just think, my cupcakes are so great and my sprinkles are awesome. Why am I not growing? And we don't know. And what we have to do is we have to ask somebody else to come in. We got to get naked a little bit and say, like, would you review everything that I'm doing?
Right.
Would you review? We have friends come and visit Living Church pretty regularly from other churches or pastors or something. You know what I tell them? I say, hey, would you beat it up for me?
Yeah.
I want from the street to the seat, I want you to beat it up.
Tell me what's good. Tell me what's bad. Tell me what we can improve. And what's true.
I want you to secret shop me.
Yeah. What's true is that, one, when we ask for it, have to determine I'm not hurt by it.
No.
I asked for this advice.
Yeah.
that's a hard thing in itself. I'm going to receive it, and then I'm going to actually evaluate what they're giving me, if it works for me, if it doesn't work for me. And I think that's why some people so don't want to do it. No, it's my cupcake shop. I don't need their opinion about how to run my cupcake shop.
Right.
Yeah, you do, because they've done something successful. Maybe it wasn't cupcakes. Maybe it was chocolate chip cookies, or maybe it was some secret idea that we have that we're not going to tell you. But whatever, they've done something, they can help you get some wisdom.
And expose yourself. Have a little bit of humility. Open up.
Right.
And be like, hey, man, I don't know what the junk I'm doing.
Right.
I want my business to be better. Would you give me some advice? We have a group of overseers here at Living Church that are pastors that are leading bigger organizations than we are.
Yeah.
And I just text one of them in the last week asking about some staff structure pieces and like, dude, I don't know what to do. What are our next steps?
Right.
And I'm saying secret shop me, like come in and look at what we're doing.
No, it's really good.
Maybe if you're a business owner, you should hire a consultant.
Right.
To come out and help you figure out what's next.
No, but I mean, in every context, we've talked about this, even just in your life. So personally, you want more friends? Go ask some people to hang out. Yeah. That might be intimidating, but do it.
Like, do the hard thing.
Do the hard thing. Whatever the little
You want to lose some weight?
Right.
Go buy some broccoli and get a gym membership.
Salad for lunch.
God, I did not want that salad. They got this prime rib dip. What's it called?
Sandwich.
Oh, dude. And I saw it on the menu and I was like, no. Do the hard thing.
You said, do you not like that salad or what? You're not eating as much of it. And I'm like, it's fine. It wasn't what I wanted.
All I had for breakfast was the protein shake, so I was hungry as a mug. Yeah. You don't know how to eat your whole salad at lunch?
Don't eat anything for breakfast.
I think that's the beginning of an eating disorder. I'm not all the way sure.
It's not super healthy.
Or I just go home and I eat like all of my kids' Reese's peanut butter cups from Halloween.
Let's not. But that ruins what I was about to say. Because what happens when you do the hard thing? There's great reward on the other side. Yeah. And so when I will eat my salads, my pants fit well. They don't. Yeah. They're not too tight. Yeah. And the truth is, the reward in the more is so much more. If we're doing the hard thing, we look at the hard thing and it feels so crushing, but the more is way better. Yeah. Than the hard thing. Then the hard thing is hard. I don't know how to say
something that you and I had to have a talk about a while ago.
Yes.
Is to stop telling people that's easy.
Oh yeah. One day I'll just tell it because it's about me.
Okay.
I was having a kind of a bad attitude that day. I was just frustrated, and I was like, I don't understand. It's easy. It's easy. Why can't they? Why won't they just do the thing?
You're talking about an employee.
I was frustrated because I'm like, it's easy. Why can't they just get it done? And you said, we have to stop saying it's easy because if you said we're the ones who are in charge, therefore, what's easy for us is not translate the same as what's easy for them.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like, no, I want them to run it the same hard that we are, but they can't. Okay, go. Keep talking.
No, I'm just saying like.
No, it's good.
We get it, man. I get it. I don't want anybody listening to this and think that we're saying it's so easy.
No.
It's not easy.
No, it's hard.
I know it's hard to do hard things.
Your point was we've had to walk through a lot of hard stuff and we've navigated a lot of hard stuff. That's why we now can do what we're doing. They're learning and they're growing. It is hard. Don't negate that it's hard. And sometimes just owning this is about to be hard. Sometimes you start conversations that we have with people with this is about to be a hard conversation.
This is about to be a tough one.
And it helps swallow whatever's coming next.
Yeah.
And so sometimes we can just identify, hey, we said at the very top, identify the hard thing we need to do. But then when you're about to go do it, right before you do it, just identify this is about to be hard.
And when you're seeking wisdom from somebody else, they may tell you that's so easy.
Right.
When I sat under previous mentorship in my life, I would ask them questions and they would say, dude, it's so easy, which is basically saying, are you stupid? Mm-hmm. Like, are you stupid?
Which is what you were telling me. Don't say that.
Why are you even asking this question?
Right.
And so like, maybe you've asked for help in the past.
Right.
About a hard thing and you got a response from somebody that you love that said, dude, that's easy. Why are you even stressing about this? Well, it's easy for them.
Right.
But it might not be easy for you. And so understanding that we all have things we're really great at. Right. I'm super disciplined in some areas, but I'm genuinely nervous that my kids have a bunch of candy in my house.
Right. Right.
Genuinely. And so like,
no,
I understand what's really hard for me, but I'm really good at other things.
If right now I was to own a cupcake shop, do you know what would be the hardest thing for me?
Giving cupcakes to your best friend?
Yes, that too.
No. Your best friend stealing cupcakes from your cupcake shop?
Hello? Can someone come? Take him away? No. For me, the hardest thing would be making a good cupcake.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not gifted at that.
No.
So sometimes people tell us that's what's easy, but it's because that's their gifting.
Yeah.
And so we can't be afraid or intimidated by the hard that we need to get done. Go ask somebody who it's easy for them.
Yeah.
Because
And
they're
then
going to
push
enjoy,
through.
right?
Yeah.
They're going to enjoy helping you know how to do it. I'd much rather go learn how to make a cupcake from my mom who loves to make cupcakes than from somebody who doesn't.
Oh, you don't
Rachel and I are going to be a disaster making a cupcake together.
You don't want to learn from Rachel. Rachel, we had a birthday party a while ago, and she was trying to make cupcakes, and she burned 3 batches of cupcakes.
We have learned.
And
We
so
just
finally,
buy-
I was like, hey, baby, I'm going to Walmart. I'm just going to buy some cupcakes for this party, because what's she even doing?
No, you guys now know that if we're planning a party, Rachel and I, there is a cupcake or a cake budget because we're just buying one.
Yeah.
We're not making it.
Winnie's going to make some white girl enchiladas
Yes.
or some barbecue chicken in the crock
I
pot.
got my 3 staples.
Those are the 3.
Rachel's going to make the beef tacos with the potatoes in it.
Yeah.
This is what we do.
Yeah, and so...
But we're buying the cake because we can't make it.
Okay.
So,
are you ready?
yes.
Do it.
Go do the hard thing.
Like, stop avoiding it, because if you keep avoiding it, you're never going to grow, man.
No.
You know what I can't wait for?
What?
For in 5 years for us to start getting emails of people that their business was making
that's
this
what I was
amount,
gonna-
and now they're making millions a year. I can't wait.
I know.
I can't wait.
That's
And
what I
then
was
we're
gonna
going to
say.
bring you on. We're going to
Tell
interview
us-
you
Yes.
in 5 years, and you're going to talk about what God did in your business and
Yeah.
in your life because you did the hard thing. But if you
No,
refuse
right.
to do it, you ain't going to grow.
No, you just said the thing. They need to tell us what their hard thing is. Why? You also have to have accountability in going to do the hard thing.
Come on, somebody.
The greatest reason why you and I both have been able to step into hard things and into more is why? Because we have each other to go, did you do the thing?
Yeah.
Have you handled the hard thing yet?
Did you do it?
Have you gone there? You all the time. What's the timeline? Like, right? And now we
No.
just do it all the time to each other. Okay, when are you going to get that done? Okay, what is the thing?
And sometimes that can't be your spouse.
No, it for me, it can't, because then we will just fight with each other.
Yeah, now we're just fighting about all kinds of things.
No,
But
right.
if you have somebody else who has your best interest in mind,
Right.
that wants you to reach more, they're
Right.
not in competition with
Yes.
you, and you put yourself in accountability and say, hey, I'm afraid to start posting on social media for
Right.
my business
Right.
because I think I'm ugly.
Right.
You have to tell somebody that,
Yes.
and then the person's going to tell you, that's the dumbest thing I ever heard.
Right.
You're not ugly. Start posting on social media.
Yeah, you don't need no makeup today. Just
This
just
is
make the
this
video.
is literally what we do.
Right.
We man alive, I got buddies that are pastors that won't ever post anything because
yes.
they think that they don't say it right. You know, I used to post on social media and I would shoot junk 15 times.
Yes.
15, and I'd delete it and I'd redo it and I'd get mad. I'd get so bent out of shape I couldn't get every syllable perfect that I would quit doing it.
Yeah. Now you just posting junk about, gosh, who
now
even
I'm
knows
just
what?
posting whatever any moment, and you know what? It works.
That's right.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
do the hard thing.
Yeah. Just be true to what you want, which is to achieve more,
Yeah.
and decide that that's more important than anything else.
Yeah.
So the hard is hard, but it's way harder to what? Look back and realize you didn't get where you're going.
Yeah.
Because the other day you and I were talking to somebody who had great dreams, great plans, great ambitions for the future, and now they've come to the precipice of their life and they're looking back and they're like, is that the wrong way? That's the backwards.
The edge,
the sunset season. I don't know what it's called.
they've beyond the hill.
Yeah, they're just getting older in life, and they've more of their life has passed than is ahead of them. And they were saying like, I wasn't able to do it. I'm not really sure why, but as we talked, we were like, yeah, they didn't do hard things, and the doing the hard thing is way easier than looking back with regret.
Yeah, we're almost out of time.
Oh yeah, sorry.
But the reason that people don't do hard things a lot of times is because somebody's going to be mad at them. They're afraid that if I start doing this,
Yep.
so-and-so is going to be ticked that I'm changing it up. That's a whole other episode.
Yeah, we'll talk about that next time.
Hey, guys, glad that you're here with us. We want to hear what's happening in your life. And
Yep.
so if you have a testimony of like, wow, look at what's happened since
Right.
I've started tugging into more, share it with us
Yeah,
so that
we
we
wanna
can
hear it.
so we can be encouraged.
Yeah.
And then if you have questions or you have topics that you want us to talk about, hit us up with specific questions.
Yeah.
And we'll answer them.
Y'all are the best. Have a great week. Keep tugging into more and do the hard thing.
See ya.